Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I am back here with my little angel. I get her a little closer to you here. See if that's any better. There you go. This is my little sweet little Laurel, Laurel Brene, and she has her little bunnies that she loves. She always has her bunnies, or at least one of them, sometimes both of them. And we're going to do a little changing video with her today. I'm going to be putting this sweet little outfit from Ed Chill collection on her. It is a white little romper with red piping and red cherries all over it with little flutter sleeves and snaps in the back. And we're going to she's got these little white socks on already, so I'm just going to keep those on her and then put these little red leather T-strap shoes, Mary Jane's, with the little red bows on. And I'm going to do Suzanne's tag. So I've missed you guys, missed you a lot, and I'm so glad that I am back with y'all now. I'm starting to pick things back up. It's been a wild ride. A lot of things I won't go into, but as it stands, I am recovering from my surgery. I'm 3 weeks out now and doing very well, doing much better. I had a follow-up visit today that went well, and in June, the last week of June, I'll have my second surgery. And whereas a few weeks ago I was riddled with anxiety, now I am not. I'm confident in my Lord. I'm confident in my surgeon, and I'm confident that the results are going to be well. So, thank you for standing by me. Thank you for all of your well wishes and your prayers and your thoughts, positive thoughts. Thank you for all the messages and the emails and texts and phone calls. I really appreciate it. Love you guys so much. So we're going to get started on this. This is what Laurel had on for Easter, which is a beautiful little pink outfit with white lace overlay on it, little pink breeches, matching shoes, and a matching blanket. And she has a little Peter Pan collar with a scalloped edge here in some sort of netting, not netting, I don't even know what you call that, it's sheer. So anyway, I was going to attempt to do Suzanne's tag from Suzanne's Babies on some weird, if you have any weird keepsakes. Well, I have the typical, you know, baby hair and teeth keepsakes. And I was trying to think, is there anything weird that I have? Well, what I've come up with is not, I don't think it really falls into this category, but if you stretch it a little bit, you could possibly get it too. So, I don't think anything can top Suzanne's cartilage. That's kind of weird. Now, I've had my tonsils out. I've had dozens upon dozens of surgeries, gallbladder, hysterectomy, and all of that stuff. They asked me, I think, when I had my tonsils out if I wanted them, but I was only 4 or 5, and my mother said no. And I'm really, you know, now that I'm a nurse, and I was an OR nurse, and I've seen them, I'm really glad she didn't keep them. It's just balls of tissue right there. But I'm going to tell you a little story, and I hope none of y'all are grossed out by it. But it's the only thing I could come up with that would even remotely fit into this, what do you call it, tag. So when I was having my last child, my youngest son, and all of my babies were born by C-section. Yeah, you. Hi, Laurel. Peekaboo, baby. I was having a C-section, and we had determined at that point that we weren't going to have any more children. And since I was going to be open anyway, we decided I would have my tubes tied. And so I was going to have the C-section and then get my tubes tied and be done with it. So, being as that I am a nurse and I'm an OR nurse, I worked with my gynecologist and basically all the doctors that I saw myself that were surgeons. I worked with them, and since they knew me and I was a nurse and they knew I wasn't squeamish, I asked if when I had the surgery, my C-sections, if they could not put up the anesthesia screen. And if you don't know what an anesthesia screen is, well, first of all, let me tell you that my C-sections I was awake for. They did an epidural, and so I was numb from the chest down, and it's so cute on you, Laurel. So I was fully awake. Yeah, you don't need to be holding on to your bracelet. There you go. And what an anesthesia screen is when you are awake for any surgery. Actually, it's to separate the anesthesiologist from the surgeon. So you would have a drape. Let's see, how can I show you this? We'll try it this way. So like if you were, this is your body on the surgery table, and they would drape you like this, and there is a frame that comes up like this, and they would put the drape up like so. Okay, so the top part of your head, which the anesthesiologist needs to be access to it all the time, is shielded from the surgery site, which is down here. Well, because I was a nurse and they knew me and we, worked together and stuff like that, I asked them not to put the screen up. I asked them not to do that because I was awake. So they didn't. They left it down. So I could actually lift my head up and watch them do my C-section. And I did that. So I saw my baby being born that way. And also, when I had the tubes tied, I didn't actually have them tied. There's several ways to do it. A lot of times they will tie off in two places, and then they will cut in between those two ties, and then they will take a cautery and burn it. So this is like, you are no way ever going to be able to have an egg passed down to your uterus. Now, if there's any guys watching, I'm sorry about all this, but you take your life in your own hands when you watch women do this kind of thing. So anyway, what I had done, instead of having them cut or tied off, cut and burned, I just had these little clips put in. They're called Hoka clips, and they're just like, they look like little alligator, like a little alligator's mouth. You just clamp it. So like this is the tube, and they would just clamp it like that, and that compresses it there in the middle and prevents any eggs from coming down your fallopian tube. Now the beauty of those is that should you decide later, looking for her brush here, should you decide later that you've changed your mind, all they have to do is go back in and take those clamps off. Boom. Okay, so being that I was still young, I was like, I guess 30. We had the clamps done instead of cutting and tying and burning, just in case, because you never know what life's going to bring, right? So I have a picture. Well, no, continue my story. So we had the baby. They had him over there at the warming table, and they were, doing all the things they needed to do. Here you go, Laurel. There you go, sweet girl. There's your bunny's back. There's your bunny's. Oh, sweet baby. That's not a very good background for that pink with this, but we're going to just leave it that way for now. But anyway, so after he'd done that, then he proceeded to put the Hulk clips on. And what he did, because I could see, he goes, all right, Holly, how's this? And he holds up my fallopian tube, and I look at it, and he's twisting back and forth so I could make sure that the clamp went all the way through. And I'm like, yep, that's good. I know, guys, this is just sick medical humor, I know. But I actually saw my own fallopian tubes with the clips on them. And, yeah, kind of weird. And so my odd keepsake is that to this day, I still have those clips with me. So they're my keepsake. I can't see them anymore, but they're there in my body. Now, when I have x-rays done, sometimes I can see them on my x-rays. So that's kind of weird. So that's my keepsake. I know it's weird, and that's a strange story to tell you. But, yeah, that's the sick medical people that we are. But anyway, this is my sweet Laurel. And because I've missed... Oh, sorry, I bumped you. Because I have missed a couple of... Themed Thursdays. This one is for last week's Themed Thursday, which was Farmer's Market. So we have the cherries for that. And there we go. There's my sweet little angel. There's my sweet little angel. Give everybody kisses. Mwah. I love you. I love you all. Thank you so much again for your prayers and your thoughts and good wishes. And say hello to all my sisters out there. Hello, my sisters. And say hi to Sadie and to Gracie and to Georgiana. Mwah. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed my keepsake story. Suzanne, I hope that works for you. And yeah, and so here's little Laurel doing her last week's Themed Thursday. I love you all. See you real soon. Bye-bye.